What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can tell, it is quite the snowstorm out here. So no better time than right now to talk about tires. It is a pretty common topic, what tire to buy. I have tried a lot of different tires, and these Maxxis RZRs right here are in my opinion, the most underrated all-terrain tire on the market. So we are going to talk about them. I've been meaning to make this video for a while now, so here it is. And like I said, no perfect time than now to show you guys how well they perform in the snow. Really quick, I have tried the Hankook Dynapro ATMs. I've tried the Nitto Ridge Grapplers. I've tried the Falken Wildpeak AT3Ws. I've tried the Cooper Discover M&S dedicated snow tires. Other than the dedicated snow tire, these Maxxis RZRs are the absolute best tire I have ever owned. They perform phenomenal in the snow and dry, wet, you name it. They are the best tire that I have ever owned, and the cheapest tire that I have ever owned, which is worth mentioning. Now, if you're not familiar with Maxxis, they are not a Ching Chong tire. They make a very good tire, huge in the ATV world and off-road world. They actually make spare tires for a lot of higher-end vehicles as well. So they definitely are not a Ching Chong cheap junk tire by any means. These are a 275/65/20. You can pick these up on sale this size and the LT size for under $1,200. I've seen them as low as $1,100 and $1,050 for a 275/65/20 LT size. So like I said, extremely underrated. Traction in all weather conditions is fantastic, extremely affordable. So I'm going to do some ratings here on a scale of 1 to 10, obviously 10 being the best. They are, by the way, 3-peak mountain rated, so they stay pliable in colder temperatures, much like the, obviously a dedicated snow tire and the Falken Wildpeak AT3Ws. These, I'm going to say, are very similar to the AT3W in terms of good and cheap. Although the Falken Wildpeaks are not cheap anymore. When the Falken Wildpeak first came out, I bought a set, and they were a very hard tire to beat. Just like these Maxxis. They were extremely affordable. They had really good traction. But I believe that they became so popular that Falken just jacked the price up, and they are absolutely not worth what they want for them now. Then, absolutely. Now, not so much. Like I said, these Maxxis RZRs, very similar story. Extremely affordable, very good traction in all conditions. And one thing they haven't done is jack the price up on these. By the way, these Maxxis RZRs, in my opinion, have better traction in snow, rain, whatever. It's a better tire. Not by far, but it is a better tire, and it's cheaper. On a scale of 1 to 10, dry, obviously it's not dry out now, but I have driven them in dry, so I can tell you, 10 out of 10. Dry traction, phenomenal. Rain, I'm going to do an 8 out of 10. When pulling out onto a street from a stop, they grip very well. Not a whole lot of slipping, and of course, snow, we're going to find that out. I'm going to do some tests. I'm going to do some acceleration tests, some braking tests, some just driving down the road in this greasy mess. So we'll get to the snow ratings in a minute. But I just wanted to talk about the tire and all that good stuff. So the Maxxis RZR, extremely underrated tire, fantastic tire. Looks good. So, of course, they're covered in snow, but they have a very nice looking tread pattern. A lot of siping here. Let's see if I can get you a better shot of the tire. So there it is. Hopefully you can see it better. I'll throw some still shots so you guys can see the tread better. But yeah, there is the tire. So yeah, like I said, let's go for a drive. Let's do some tests in the snow, and I will show you guys just how well they perform. One other thing I do want to mention is, everybody's driving habits are different. I am a more confident driver in snow, so I like a very good tire for snow, and these satisfy my needs and driving habits quite well. So like I said, everybody drives differently. You may think that they aren't that good in the snow, but I just want to give you guys a visual of the tire and how it does in the snow, whether you think it's good or bad. It's sort of a take my word for it. I listed off all those tires I've tried. They've all done very, very well in the snow. The Maxxis RZRs, aside from the Cooper dedicated snow tire, that's in a different league. Those tires are phenomenal. They don't even make them anymore. But aside from a dedicated snow tire, these Maxxis right here are probably the best tire you can buy for all weather conditions. And like I said, the price is hard to beat. So let's get to the testing. All right, guys. So we're going to do a quick drive here. Just show you guys driving around in this greasy mess. And so we're going to talk you through how they do. One thing I forgot to mention, though, is the road noise. So I'm going to rate that a 7 out of 10. They have a slight hum from about 40 to 60. and it's not really even that loud. It's noticeable if you come from a very quiet tire. Sort of sounds like a bad wheel bearing, but it's not loud at all. Like I said, from about 40 to 60 is when you can hear it. Other than that, extremely quiet, very, very smooth. They balance up well. So 7 out of 10 as far as road noise. So here we go. I'm gonna leave the truck obviously in 2-wheel drive, traction on, greasy out here. So far so good. The traction in this truck actually works quite well. It doesn't let you get too out of control. So part of it is the tires and part of it is the technology in the truck. Not the traction control, but stability control actually works quite well. I do find that I have to turn traction control off quite a bit to get going, just because it limits the power so much. But you know, just cruising here, point and shoot, you know, wherever you want this truck to go, the tires let you. So hang a quick left here, show you guys how well they turn. So not a whole lot of pulling. Like I said, you kind of point and shoot. You know, I'm doing about 30 right now, and the tires are gripping very, very well. So coming down on a hill, coming down the hill here, I'm gonna hit the brakes, stopping really, really good. Actually, we got a speed sign right there. So ABS did its thing, but the tires allowed the truck to stop very well. So we're doing about 35 again, so I'm gonna hit the brakes, and we are at a dead stop, and the roads are horrendous. So accelerating here, traction control is on. We are accelerating pretty well. So here's a pretty decent incline. I'm just gonna stop here. Traction on. So it's not really allowing us to go. All right, kick it into 4, obviously no problem at all. Alrighty, so I've got a pretty steep incline coming up here. I'm gonna stop right on the incline, dead stop, and we'll see how they do. This is a very steep incline, so I'm gonna stop right here. Traction is on. I'm probably gonna need 4-wheel drive to get up this. So yeah, we're not really going anywhere. Let me turn traction off. So, I mean, if you really want to goose it, you can goose it and get up this hill, but it's not really ideal. So I do have traction off because it's not gonna really do anything for us. So if you goose it, you can get up this incline, no problem. We're getting traction, we're going up the hill. If you wanna go up the hill quick, you're gonna throw it in 4-wheel drive. But I just wanna show you guys what these tires do in these types of conditions. So past the hill test, you know, like I said, took a little bit to get going, but we got up it in 2-wheel drive with the traction off. So now we're gonna come around this corner here, and I'm driving this truck wherever I want to go, and the tires are allowing me to do that. So traction off, you can just do what you want, obviously. So driving through this greasy mess, like I said, I'm just going where I want to go, just like it's dry out. It's fantastic. So that's it for just driving around town, showing you guys how these tires do on the street. You know, your regular just driving in crappy conditions. All right, so we're coming up on a stop sign here, hitting the brakes kind of like normal, no problem stopping, and turn onto the road. Traction is on, so it is limiting power, but we are up to speed right now. So again, great traction from a stop, getting onto a road. They do well. So I'm doing 36 miles an hour very confidently. The truck is planted. It is going where I want it to go. So for braking, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. For traction from a dead stop, I'm going to do a 7 out of 10. Steering, as far as, you know, the truck going where you're putting the truck, where you want it to go, is going to be a 7 out of 10 as well. So overall, guys, these tires are really, really good. You know, I'm kind of glad we've got these conditions to really show you guys how well these tires are. And I'm just cruising around this turn like it's dry out. So this is a pretty steep incline right here as well. So the traction's doing its thing. It's limiting power, but we are making it up this hill. It's all ice here. Really not a whole lot of slipping at all from a dead stop, you know, on this ice. It's hard to tell, but this actually has a slight incline as well. And we'll do a quick acceleration test in 4-wheel drive. So it gets out pretty good. And the braking is very good. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Overall, fantastic tire like I mentioned, and I hope your tire search stops at this video. So I'm going to run these tires until they don't make them anymore. They're just a fantastic tire in all conditions, extremely affordable. Obviously, the most difficult weather you're going to be driving in is snow. They perform well in every important category when driving in snow. So obviously, the steering, the cornering, fantastic. A lot of tires, they like to sort of push you into the corner and not allow you to take that corner. These tires, they don't do that. They go where you're putting the vehicle. And of course, the braking, another important factor. Braking is great. Have no issues with braking. And I'm going to group the handling and the acceleration in one. So the acceleration, this is a truck. No matter what tire you have, you're always going to have a slow start because there's just no weight in the back. If you have all day to accelerate without 4-wheel drive, they will get it done.
Obviously, if you need four-wheel drive to get going fast, you're probably going to want to use it, and that's typical. That's even when I had snow tires, that was the case. But where better tires shine in the snow versus not as good of a tire is, like I said, the braking, the handling, all that stuff. Those are all important factors. You don't need traction to get going. We have four-wheel drive for that. So another thing I do want to mention is a lot of tires, they also like to suck you into one side or another. When you get caught up in that less traveled part of the road where there's some buildup, some slush buildup on the center median or on the shoulder, if you get sucked into one of those, some tires just pull you right to the side. These tires don't do that. You can get out of those messes very easy. It's actually almost fun to drive through those because the tires just stick. So overall, fantastic tire. Highly recommend it, and we will catch you guys on the next one.